Lights, camera, action. In a studio where local filmmakers talk to other filmmakers about the inside world of film. Cut! That's not the script. It. We'll fix it in post. Do you wonder how films are produced and what really goes on behind the scenes? Well, stand by. Filmmakers Kevin Mumphrey, Victoria V.A. Jones, and Carson Hype Ferguson explain all the details. Right here on It, We Will Fix It in Post podcast.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Whenever you're listening, I thank you for doing so. I'm Kevin Mumphrey, and this is F It. We'll Fix It in Post. I'm here with my colleagues, Victoria V.A. Jones.
What's going on?
And Carson Hype Ferguson.
Yeah, I'm here.
He is here, indeed. So I was researching what we're going to talk about today. Realized there's a certain certain genre of film that's kind of having an I ain't gonna say an emergence, but you're seeing a lot more of them than I thought I would see. And those are biopics. And usually these are musicians, actors of the past, celebrities that were beloved in past decades.
People who changed the world.
Honestly, the ones I've seen have mostly been musicians.
And people who changed the world. You know.
You never seen the King's Speech?
No, I'm saying, so the ones that I'm seeing that are coming out
are musicians.
All seems to be mostly musicians.
Okay.
And Donald Trump. But, you know.
There's no biopic.
There's a Donald Trump biopic?
I mean,
like another one.
There's Reagan, but I'm saying like there wasn't a biopic for Donald Trump.
I think they're supposed to be working on one, like it's supposed to be like a younger Donald Trump. I think it may have already came out.
A biopic?
I believe it was marketed as a biopic.
Or not a documentary?
Oh no, definitely not a documentary because they got an actor playing them and everything. So it's definitely not.
What was this on? What is it? I know it's coming theaters now.
No.
If it's been out for a while, it probably ain't been that good.
Cause I would
like honestly.
No.
I'm just saying, like with everything.
I don't have the statistics on this film.
With everything that's going on, I would have thought it would have been not more popular, but people would have talked about it a little bit more if it was a biopic.
They would either hated on it or loved it.
It was somewhat talked about last year. Because I did see some conversations about it. I think it was on streaming services. So.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
So
yeah, I mean, I don't know about that because like Reagan got little to
when did Reagan
no fanfare?
When did the Reagan film you're talking about came out?
Like last year.
I heard nothing about a Reagan one.
I know about that one. I've never seen it, but I know
it was Dennis Quaid, right?
I can't remember.
I think it was in theaters. I'm pretty sure it was in theaters. But because like certain people don't like that figure, that's probably why I got the press it got.
But yeah, also when it came out there, I didn't realize. I think it had very little fanfare. Amy Winehouse had a biopic.
She did?
Yeah, she did.
I had no idea.
I think it's because it was on what is it? HBO Max. I think in conjunction with that probably like limited the audience reach.
But I don't think they also, as far as marketing, I don't think they did a lot.
Probably not
with that.
Because it seemed like a smaller film.
Like it was like a lower budget film, right? Even though it was about Amy Winehouse, still.
So do you think it's better to have a biopic out on streaming services or in theaters?
Depends on the streaming service.
Depends on
the situation.
So it depends on who it is.
Yeah.
So who would you think, as far as a biopic wise, would work better on a streaming service?
Probably the presidents. Like if there's about a president or a public figure, person that was changed the world, changed the laws or something like that.
It depends. So like, would there be a biopic of somebody that would transcend all the stuff that we got going on? Yes, there would. It'd be like a Prince, especially if it's done well, a Michael Jackson, one of those type of figures. That would transcend somebody would fight, especially if it's good and done well, right, and had the family's approval. They'd be like, no brainer.
So I got you one that they haven't said it's going to be on streaming services, but I think it probably will be just for how they're doing this. So they're having a biopic on the Beatles. How they're going to do it is going to be a 4-part. It's going to be a story from the aspect of each Beatle.
That sounds a little weird, but hey,
But it sounds like something you would sound like something that Netflix.
it's the Beatles.
Yeah, I think it.
So you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna watch it because I like the Beatles. I'm gonna watch to see what unfolds. But like a younger generation who's heard of the Beatles, watch it and they're gonna be like, they might not like it though.
Because if you're, let's say, 25 and younger, the only time you may necessarily hear about the Beatles is when an artist today breaks one of their records.
Okay, that's just like
so I think that there may be enough of a curiosity,
right,
to get a younger person to watch it.
Oh, like when everybody was doing the mannequin challenge to the Black Beatles song.
What?
There was I can't remember the name of the artist, but that was
Ray Shrimmer.
Yeah,
I just want to get your correlation to this.
That's what it was, right? Wasn't it Black Beatles was the name of the song?
It was
yes.
Yeah, so I'm like, everybody's doing the mannequin challenge to the Black Beatles.
Okay, I got you.
I mean, I think I kind of get where you're going to. So yeah,
I mean, like if you mention the artist, the previous artist or whatever in your song, then somebody's going to have curiosity. That's where I'm going. I mean, that's not a huge logical leap. I didn't think.
Here's why it kind of threw me off, because I feel like with that, a younger person who'd like this song may have just thought of it as a title. Unless somebody brings up, no, the Beatles were a group. I don't know if like a 18 and 19-year-old who was doing the mannequin challenge.
Yeah, but the cats that made the song were referencing the Beatles. They were like, hey, we feel like the Black Beatles.
Yeah, but you understand it because you know of the Beatles.
Yeah, but the artist understands that. I would think that the artist,
the artist
understood
the artist explaining that to his audience or doing interviews about the song would at least,
I think you're giving way more leeway. I don't think
somebody that actually cares about the artist themselves, not just it's a popping song.
I think they're probably going.
I get you. I understand that because with like Pink, I'm a big Pink fan.
Yeah.
So she always talked about Janis Joplin. Before Pink, I didn't know who Janis Joplin was. But when she started talking about Janis Joplin, I looked into Janis Joplin. And I'm like, oh shit, she's actually pretty cool.
I can see it now. I can see that. I don't think Ray Shrimmer is doing what Pink was doing with Janis.
I mean, there's plenty of artists that I've listened to in the past or whatever that they were talking about their inspirations.
Yeah.
Right.
And like, you know what? Hey, maybe I'm gonna dig in some of these records. Maybe I'm gonna listen to some of this stuff. I mean, like Jay-Z even rapped about Billie Holiday. How many people listened to Billie Holiday after Jay-Z rapped about it? Probably more than zero.
I was like, more than zero. Now, I see what you said. I just don't know if that case would be one of those cases where it may have should have happened, but I don't think they did. I don't remember
more than zero.
If there was a case where it would be zero,
oh wow! Now I got the one example.
If it was like, I feel like almost any other example, I'd probably be rocking with you. I just don't think at that time the Beatles was just a lyric to them. I don't think they thought any more of it.
Get what he's saying. That's where they're going with that song. I'm just saying, I just was confused as of.
He just kind of threw it out there. Like, he just football threw it out there. It just took us a minute.
Oh, I mean, like, wait, hold on. I didn't just throw it out there. So there's association that goes along. The name of the song is Black Beatles. You were talking about the Beatles.
Yeah. And then it's
not like a Bing commercial. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't just like a random word.
I mean, you threw it out there like it was. So it just took us a second.
I was like, the name of the song that everybody's doing the mannequin challenge to, Black Beatles. That girl's really good. Oh yeah.
I
know what song. I like that song.
Yeah, it's actually a good song.
Yeah, it's a really good song.
But the problem is, like with like a lot of stuff nowadays, the song is bigger than the artist. So I don't even know who the artist is before when the song's out. I'm like, oh, that's Bop. I have no clue who that person is.
Oh yeah, I get that.
All right, let me give you a list of biopics that's come now. One of the more notable ones is the Bob Dylan ones. I believe that's supposed to be coming out this year.
Bob Dylan. Didn't that already come out?
Nah, I think it's coming out later this year.
Who was nominated for the Oscar?
I think that it wasn't for the Bob Dylan film.
What film was that?
Talking about like best male.
Yeah, what film was that?
Because I think the guy who's playing Bob Dylan.
What?
No, not even that guy. You're thinking of another guy.
But what? I can't remember. What artist was it who he played?
Talking for did you?
Yeah, he was just nominated for an Oscar.
Are you talking about Timothy Chalamet? Chalamet.
What movie was that?
Ooh.
The Great Unknown. Was that it?
I have to go back and look into it.
Y'all speaking alien to me. I don't know what's going on.
No. Go to the.
Yeah, I got to look all the way through this.
Hey, this some good audio right here. Some great audio.
But I can't do all these at once. So I'm just gonna get the list of what's all. Who else is
asking that because you just said Bob Dylan on there.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I thought
that's not out yet.
A movie that's already out.
No, that's not out yet. That's supposed to be around the end of this year.
Okay.
So we got. I think I said Bruce Springsteen. Obviously this summer, Michael Jackson's nephew would be, and his biopic is also supposed to be a musical.
Okay.
So I'm never the biggest fan of musicals, but for this situation, it makes sense.
I don't know about that.
That didn't look. It's supposed to be a musical.
I ain't gonna say it's supposed to. I'm just saying if you're gonna make it a musical, okay, I can deal with it.
No,
I don't.
There's
like that.
Yeah, I'm like way too many intricacies or whatever and all that stuff to be a biopic and a musical. You're already like, I don't know. Like
the thing is, we already know Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
so doing a musical along with in a biopic.
That's probably chaotic.
It probably will be. I'm not saying I probably will like it because again,
But that's what it's saying. It's supposed to be a musical.
It's supposed to be a biopic and a musical.
Doom.
So I hope I'm wrong on this.
I'm just saying, that's an uphill battle.
For me, with musicals, it's always an uphill battle because you just kind of musicals always divert my focus. But I'm hoping in this case, it's kind of done in a way that
what's that one joint they did on MTV with Beyonce with Carmen?
Carmen.
I love that movie. Okay,
I didn't like Beyonce's, but I didn't mind it.
But it was supposed to be like that. You were supposed to have musical breaks in between like that.
A hip opera,
right? It was called a hip opera. You know what I'm saying?
To me that was fine. I don't know if you could do that, but with this,
I'm saying like that. That's like okay. What that's the bar.
So
do you think it goes above or below that?
It has to be above it.
Don't compare. I have a feeling. Hold on, don't compare.
I'm not comparing. I'm not comparing the film. I'm just saying like as far as like quality, because and I'll actually I'm being funny or whatever. I actually enjoyed it.
I like that.
But I'm saying like okay, if that's like the standard bearer for like the entry point for something being like tolerable to good, will it be good?
I don't know. I don't know. Question.
So let me ask you this: biopic on Madonna.
I can see it.
That'll be the next one. I believe that's 2027. But
I can see that.
What got my interest in this, obviously Madonna. Probably something should happen a while ago. But the actress that they got to play Madonna, Julia Garner.
Okay.
It kind of works.
Yeah, it looks like Madonna.
Like it kind of works. Dolly Parton is also having, it's not a biopic, but she's having like a bio stage play on her life.
About time.
Yeah, that's. And it's going to, because I was at a press conference where I was talking about it. They're going to have like multiple dollies, because you're going to have a different dolly for different stages of her life.
Right?
So I believe there's going to be like 3 or 4 dollies.
Well, yeah, that makes sense.
Like this, and it was like, it was saying there was like thousands of people, which I'm not surprised. like thousands of people went for that.
Well, why wouldn't you want to be a part of one of that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That one just depends on execution. So probably just depending on like, track record and all that stuff before I would make a decision on that one. Because it's got the built-in audience already be a success, but word of mouth could like kill it if it doesn't do it justice. You know what I'm saying? But I depending on who has it, I'll be like, okay.
Now Dolly Parton I think she's definitely one of the producers of it. So she has final say so in it. Now, what I do fear is because she's probably one of the most beloved celebrities in America. And they hold her in such a high regard. There's like nothing that's put out may actually fit that.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not necessary. I mean, it obviously it's going to be manicured, right? But I mean, has her image already been that already? You don't see like all the other stuff, which honestly is the downfall of a lot of celebrities. Like when you start seeing some of the warts.
Talking about like, you mean it's
like the mannerisms that people don't really care for that much.
I mean, like,
for example,
for
example, during COVID, you had all the celebrities singing "Imagine." I was like, don't sing to me, especially if you're not a singer. I was like, about how bad everything is.
What?
And all that.
What?
You don't remember that?
No, I do not.
It was like a bunch of celebrities singing "Imagine."
No, don't remember.
I was like,
yeah,
Gal Gadot caught flack for that. She was one of the ones. Ellen was on there, I think. It was a bunch of celebrities.
I remember a lot of the artists like doing songs.
but like there was only like a couple singers, like actual singers. Freaking what's the one chick messing with Jimmy Kimmel? Silverstone.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Or Silverman. Yeah. She was on there. It was a bunch of people, whatever. I'm like, dude, like, why are you singing from your mansion trying to cheer me up? You're not even a singer. What's going on? Why are you doing this?
Listen.
And they were crying, talking about like how bad it was to be cooped up in their house.
In their $1 billion houses.
I'm like, yo, don't tell me how bad you got it.
So there's an interesting one. So this, I believe, is in the screenplay stage right now. But there's it's in development.
I see the picture. I was like, look, I saw the picture, man. Like I should have seen the picture.
Elon Musk. Now,
a biopic about him?
Yeah, there is. Now here's the part about it that is interesting to me. It's going to be an A24 film.
Okay.
Honestly, I would rather a biopic about his father than him.
Why his father?
His father's pretty interesting himself too, and they had a falling out for a while. He's got a throwback kind of mentality, like almost like a 50s, 60s mindset.
Okay, now here's my question: Who do you get to play Elon Musk?
There's a lot of people. I don't know the names of them people
because I don't neither.
But I'm just saying, you can also get an up and coming artist to play him. So it's a lot of people who you can.
I feel like you would have to.
For us to say who would play this person, we're not looking at who somebody new. They're getting a lot of new people.
Adam Driver. No, that's playing. That's a joke.
Yeah. But they're getting a lot of new people to play these artists and stuff like that. As far as biopics and stuff, all the other stuff.
And like in a biopic or whatever, you don't want the artist to be the bankable artist or whatever, and like overshadow the story that you're telling.
Well, I was going to use.
I'm like, no, you get somebody like the up and coming or whatever that nobody knows.
Right.
That's how. That's what it used to break in those biofilms.
I was like, sometimes they do now because I was going to use Jamie Foxx, but I realized at that time Jamie Foxx wasn't Jamie Foxx at the time.
Yeah, but I mean, Jamie Foxx was still he was still a very well known actor, like for that time period.
It was shocking when they casted him as Jamie Foxx. I'm sorry, as Ray Charles. Sorry,
it wasn't shocking though. Honestly, if you look at Jamie Foxx and you look at his kind of looks like Ray just a little bit.
I mean, I think like And I think we're kind of like seeing like afterwards, like, yeah, it worked phenomenally well.
No, but I mean,
the,
but it's a projection though. Like you have to get it right. Like case in point, I was talking to somebody last week about the whole like, who do you think has been like the best casting, like as far as a film in the last like 10 years? And I said Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man. That was like hands down. Like I mean, like you can't cast no better than that. And it's not even the whole Marvel thing or whatever, because Iron Man wasn't a main character like that. He was kind of like a secondary character.
You know what someone said? I heard someone say like the casting was so perfect that now when they do the comic books of Iron Man,
they make him look
the
like,
toy look like Robert Downey Jr. The comic books look like Robert Downey Jr.
But it makes sense though, because like he had such an iconic role on it, kind of like James Bond or whatever with Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah,
you know, like he didn't get the same kind of play that Sean Connery did.
Yeah, you're right.
Not even close.
Nah.
But like, and some people really hated that version of Bond. Some people like Daniel Craig's version of Bond better than Pierce Brosnan's.
I don't really care for Daniel Craig's version of it, but I also didn't watch much of Pierce Brosnan's. I don't know. He to me he had the look more of a Bond than Daniel Craig. But I was kind of bored with Pierce.
Like, who's this Austrian guy?
But and I don't know if they picked another Bond yet.
No, not yet.
No, they have not.
But
isn't Amazon gonna do something with that, or like there's like rumors that like they're probably gonna buy the rights?
It has been talked about and seen the negotiating and everything about. I've been hearing stuff about like feel like the last it's 7 years.
Speaking of Bond, you know they did a tribute at the Oscars. And a lot of people talked about Doja Cat, but in my opinion, I think she did a good job. Like she couldn't fuck it up, right? So she
No, you can.
No, I'm saying she couldn't fuck it up, meaning she couldn't get up there on that stage and like do the crazy shit that she usually does, right?
Yeah, but I mean, like that's not her style whatsoever. So like, if you can't mock the style of the artist, then you have to do it in a way that's respectful, but in your style.
And in my opinion, I think she did.
I thought it was okay. I was like, like
gold. It was okay for her. Okay.
Feels like everybody gets a trophy. That's what it feels like.
I didn't hate, like, to me, yeah, she did a good Doja Cat, and that's all I could ask for that. Like, I can't expect her to be anybody else. I wouldn't have picked Doja Cat for that.
Yeah, that's my whole thing. I was like, it's okay, because you know, like they're doing a tribute, they're trying to honor, but they're trying to like do like that new artist kind of thing, and it's like, why Doja Cat? Why not like somebody that has their own like, you know, singing style? Because Doja Cat, I mean, she has her own like kind of pop stylings, but I don't know her like for a specific vocal thing. And that artist was like,
you mean like a specific vocal style?
Yeah. Like that artist that she was like, you know, doing a tribute toward had definitely had a specific vocal style.
But that doesn't mean she can't do it. Just because she doesn't do it in her work, she does what works for her.
Yeah, but I mean, but she didn't really do it in that performance either.
She was. Oh, give us some credit. Come on, now.
No.
Okay, that's what we at.
And we'll wrap it up there.
Okay.
But yeah, let's wrap this up. Ask you all this. So, in a biopic, what is something that you kind of look for in a biopic film?
Who is playing it? As far as they don't have to look exactly like them, but they got to look some sort of like them. You know what I'm saying? They gotta look the part. And then the story, with talking about certain people and certain things, you have to talk about the key points in their lives, right? So are they hitting those key points within their lives? Because a biopic can be from an hour within 2 hours. After that, that's just too long. It's just too long. And people going to lose interest.
No more than 2 hours for a biopic.
Right, no more than 2 hours, right? So if you're hitting all those points, if the person is playing that person to the best of their abilities, and I say best of their abilities, but really they got to come in with it. You know what I'm saying? Just like if I think about a biopic, actually, I rewatched Aretha Franklin's biopic with Jennifer Hudson, right?
Okay.
And there were certain key points that you went through. You know, the only thing I did not like was that they didn't do a little bit older Aretha Franklin when she was bigger.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? That aspect of it.
Okay. Now, Kirsten, what do you look for in a biopic?
I mean, my damn camera just went off. Like,
let's fix it in post.
Yeah, well, whatever. Like, I have it on. I just flip between you and VA. Like, do it real fast.
Okay.
Like, honestly, like, you know, somebody looks like close to that, to the actual person. They don't have to be exactly the person, but you know, close enough.
Right.
And then like give off certain mannerisms because I need to disappear in the story. That's the basic thing. I need to like not be thinking about me watching a film, but just be in the moment. So their acting prowess, because I need to. It needs to immerse. I need to be immersed into it. I need to like start looking at you like this, like Jamie Foxx did with Ray.
Yeah.
Right.
Or Will Smith and Jamie Foxx did in Ali.
I would have. Yeah, I was going to use that example as well. Because when I saw and I didn't think Will Smith would pull it off, but it's like there was a moment in.
I didn't believe it. When I heard it, I was like, no way.
I was right there with you.
No way.
You know how good of an actor he is, though.
Mm-hmm. And I think that kind of, and that was like what really did it for people. Because for me, I think there was, I would say halfway during that film, I had forgot that it was Will Smith. And I felt he did amazing. But like for me, for what I look for, obviously who's acting in it. And I don't really need a person to
switch to his camera.
Switch to my camera.
There you go.
Yeah. So I don't necessarily need somebody to I mean, it would be nice if they look similar to their person, but I don't really need them to actually look like them. But if they can embody them in a way that makes me forget that this is an actor portraying a person,
right?
Then I'm looking into the lives of that person, or even like in this story, I learned something new about them. But I mostly look for like how the actor embodied the character. Like the one I'm kind of interested in seeing is Fred Astaire. I think that's supposed to be coming out. There's supposed to be 2 films on Fred Astaire. One is the one I really want to see is the one Tom Holland is playing in. So he's going to be like obviously a young Fred Astaire. So I kind of want to see how he embodies him. And I don't think they've picked a person for the second one yet. But
that's kind of like going back to Aretha Franklin. They did a little mini series.
Yeah.
And then they did the movie with 2 different people. So Jennifer Hudson was in the movie. What's the chick from Wicked? The black woman, the black.
I always know her face better than her name, but I know you're talking about.
She played in the miniseries.
Yeah, she's been out here working, but I'm thinking of a somebody who embodied on a biopic pretty well. I can't even think of the singer's name, but she played Billie Holiday in a Hulu series, or like it was a Hulu film. But she was a singer that she didn't really look like Billie Holiday, but she kind of got her voice down pretty well.
Yeah.
It wasn't perfect, but the kind of feeling you would get when you listen to a Billie Holiday, she did that with her voice. I think she said she was smoking cigarettes and that stuff kind of got her to that point.
That reminds me of what's the chick that just won the Oscar who's not really black? Who talking about that?
So it's under.
Yeah.
What's
that movie?
With this,
what's her name? What's her name?
God, not this film. Oh no, and now in my brain just that film never came out. By the way,
yes, it.
No, I was told it didn't come out.
What are you talking about?
No, there's no.
What are you talking about?
In another galaxy?
Wait,
it was a biopic.
Nina Simone. No way. There's no way. I saw that thing come out.
Yes, it did. I've seen it.
Where did you see this?
What are you talking about? Where I seen it at? I've seen it. It's been out for years.
I gotta look this up.
Kevin, you really know it?
No, because I always heard talks about it.
No, that movie came out.
But it was like, yeah.
And let me tell you, and people were, and I understand why black people were upset.
Good Lord. It came out. It looked terrible.
She had on blackface.
And then you put in a dark skinned person in black. It's like, yo, that just means you could have gotten somebody else. Yeah. Oh my God. It came out. And Lord, you could actually watch it on CW.
No. Yeah, what year it come out?
2016.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know,
I was hoping you were.
Pimpin'.
It's on Amazon. It's on YouTube.
No, Pimpin'. I wasn't playing player. I was for real.
Man, I was like, whose idea? Jesus. Actually, all right, we gonna end this here. Man, I thought that never came out. I thought they scrapped that film. Because I saw them little steel edge they had. I was like, no. No one said this is not a good idea. This is not going to work. No one.
I'm telling you. And I watched it because I was curious. And I'm just like, let me see how bad this film is.
How bad was it?
It was bad.
On that very tragic note, we're going to thank you all for listening or watching. I'm Kevin Mumphrey with my colleague Victoria V.A. Jones.
Y'all just need to pay attention more. just saying. Come on, man. Pay attention a little bit more. We need to put up something to make sure these people ain't fucking up our movies. Especially the black figures.
In the invisible Karsten Ferguson.
Bye, y'all.
And that is a wrap.